I would like to speak about the Passport Bros movement. I believe the Passport Bros movement is a co-opted and engineered black movement. Just as I believe that Red Pill is a co-opted and engineered movement. Red Pill was engineered from MGTOW, which was purely about purely about male development. Passport Bros is taken from the Black or African American Exodus movement, which has taken various forms, such as what Marcus Garvey embodied most notably. Even further before that, there's the Islamic concept of hijra, which is migrating so you could properly practice your lifestyle, which in that reference is Islam. Passport Bros is very disrespectful to black men. And this is a very well-engineered, intelligent movement. And it's something I've realized is something that they do. What they do is they take a pure movement, they tweak it a little bit, and change the impetus, the ideology behind it, but keep all the talking points at the surface. So it steers people in the wrong direction while still sounding right. It's a very high-tech, psychological, sociological device. They have black men leaving the country for women and not respect and power. It's not on some Garveyite, hey, black men, let's go take all of our intellectual property back to Africa and develop our own communities there, and the women will flock to us anyway. The primary focus is on the women. If community building happens, it just so happens to happen. But it's not the direct idea or impetus behind the migration. They have Passport Bros, whoever created it, has taken something that already existed. Black men. And I think this is something from God too. I think God is like, from the time I put you in captivity to the time I'm going to let you out, it's going to be empty of any quality people by the time I let you out, because all the quality people would have gotten out by then. Listen to this. Black men have been Passport Bros since the Revolutionary War. Black men have been Passport Bros. And I shouldn't call it Passport Bros because calling those black men Passport Bros is like calling the senior by the junior's name. It's like calling honey by sugar's name. It's like calling sugarcane by Splenda's name. Black men have been practicing Passport Bros and leaving this country since the Revolutionary War. Black men who have gotten to a point of enlightenment, let's say where, I am, let's say where Brother Phil is, they have been leaving this country since the Revolutionary War. World War I, World War II, when you see all the black men with all the French girls. The most serious movement, Passport Bro-esque movement, was the Garvey movement. Passport Bros, all Passport Bros is a black nationalist movement devoid of black nationalism. Because, listen, leaving this country, if black men made an exodus from this country and created wealth in another land where racism didn't already exist, and where we were bringing our financial and intellectual property, wouldn't it be kind of obvious that the women would obviously flock and follow thereafter? It would be like a comet. It would be, it would just be pulled in your gravity. The women would just be pulled into your orbit when you're doing the right thing. Passport bros could be passport bros without women, without the idea of women in dating. Passport bros could be black men leaving en masse from a society that does not appreciate them to go build community in other lands. It could be something epic. Let me tell you, I love J.R.R. Tolkien. When the elves were leaving for Middle-earth, the Noldor, they split into 3 groups. Fëanor's group, the other was Finarfin's group, and the third was Finwë's group. It's been a long time. I might be wrong. We could do the same. We could form 3 groups. One could go to South America, Brazil or Colombia. The other could go to the motherland. And the third could go to Southeast Asia. We could build communities and we could blend with their communities to the point where, in Southeast Asia, there's a whole bunch of mixed people a generation down the line. And we could finally be in places where we could be men and our manhood could be respected. Not to say that we're going to go abusing women or treating women like Pakistanis and Indians treat women with their honor killings. But we could be men. We could walk around with straight faces in peace, and no one would think we were angry. They would just respect our stoicism. Passport Bros is a co-opted, manipulated movement. I was a passport bro before Passport Bros came out because of the Islamic idea of hijra. Hijra. And before that, I knew about the Garveyite movement. When I started traveling this country, I said, these white people are sadistically and obsessively racist. And they will never let black people prosper in this land. That's when I decided I had to go. I faced a lot of turmoil that's delayed that. In that time period, I saw Passport Bros rise, and I was happy for it. But I realized something was missing from it. So I'll end with this. Passport Bros is a black nationalist movement without the black nationalism.